Hey everybody, James Cannell here, Mogul Realty Group, and welcome to another edition of Tip Tuesday. Now, today we are going to be giving tips to both groups of people we like to chat with. We're going to give some tips for realtors, and we're going to give some tips for homeowners combined into one. Now, what we're here to talk about is one of the lost arts of being in real estate, which is knocking on doors. Now, here's the thing. I'm plugged into social media. I get ads every single day from all of these companies saying, well, you want to generate ads online. It's all about social media. It's all about web leads. It's all about sitting in front of your desk, twiddling your thumbs and paying for fancy online marketing to let business come to you. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is something to be said for being an active member of your community, for participating in the local neighborhood, and for building genuine human-to-human interactions and connections with the people in the communities that you work in. I know it's old school real estate, but I'll tell you what, being face-to-face, making eye contact with, having a laugh, having a smile, and building a positive relationship, that, for me, is what real estate is all about. And so we do a lot of door knocking with the Mogul team, believe it or not. I know it's old school, but gosh darn it, I can tell you, when it comes to creating business opportunities, it really does work very, very well. And at the Mogul team, we do earn a lot of listings by just showing up, being friendly, knocking on those doors, and having conversations with the people in our local neighborhoods and communities about what's happening in the real estate market. And so I just thought it was a great topic of conversation because as a homeowner, you know, maybe the odd time a realtor does knock on your door. So we'll talk about what that's like. And as a realtor, we're going to talk about great ways to do door knocking. And so I invited one of the new agents on our team, Dream, to come talk about door knocking because she is one of the friendliest, sweetest, kindest, most outgoing people you'll ever meet in your entire life. And she knocks on a lot of doors and has a lot of great conversations with people about real estate. And for you realtors out there, I can tell you, Dream generates a lot of opportunity to do real estate business with people. So when they say opportunity knocks, it really does. And Dream, why don't you say hello to everybody and introduce yourself?
Hey guys, my name is Dream. I started working with Mogul in January this year. And Mogul has been so awesome to work with, definitely just because I'm new and being on a team of very professional realtors and especially being in a team of investor-focused realtors is the best place I can be. And I really enjoy opportunities to learn and grow with these really cool people.
Well, Dream, you're so sweet for saying awesome stuff about our team, but I want you to say great stuff about you. That's what the people are here to see. Tell us about Dream the Realtor and about your real estate career as it started so far.
Yeah, so I started, I started in January, and because I'm young, the people in my age group, we're kind of not at a place where we would buy homes. So what I did was instead of just trying to find people in my age group to buy homes, I found them for their parents and other connections, and I'm still building up my database so that I'm there on top of mind when they're buying their home.
Well, Dream, you've definitely got the realtor lingo down pat. And for those of you guys who are clients, basically, we like to be in positive relationships with as many people as possible. And all the people we know, in business terms, we call that our database. And staying top of mind, basically just that means that every time we interact with you, we want to provide as much value as humanly possible. So whether that's market stats, market updates, a property you might like, an update on the valuation of your home, we don't want you to leave empty-handed when you chat with us. We want to be, providing value, being super helpful, and being super friendly. And that's, in realtor lingo, what we call being top of mind. Because you know what? When we want you to think about Mogul, hopefully you think about us, hopefully you think about Dream when you think about real estate. And that's all we can hope for. And so one of the ways that Dream does that is just by, quite frankly, initiating friendly conversations with the neighbors by knocking on the door. So let's get into talking about that. So Dream, what has your experience been like just getting out into the community with a big smile on your face and then knocking on doors so far?
So it really depends. Usually if there's no one at home, I just leave them some door knockers Now, if there are people home, it's
Mhm.
it goes either ways. So I get people. Actually, a few days ago when I went door knocking, there was a lady when I knocked her on her door, and she was like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "Oh, my name is Dream. I'm with Mogul Realty Group, and I'm also your neighbor in this neighborhood." And then she said, "Yeah, no. What do you want from me?" And I was like, "Oh, I just want to introduce myself to you as your real estate agent as well as your neighbor." And she said, "Yeah, no, I'm not interested. What how did she say it? Get out, get off my property, bye."
Oh,
Yeah, but it's I didn't take it personally. It was just really funny the way, because of her temperament and just the way she said it. So, and then I've met, so there's the lesser not as cool part, and then there's the cool part.
well, if I can chime in there, Dream, one of the things that, and this doesn't just apply to realtors, this applies to anybody in sales, really, is
Yeah.
that if someone is grumpy when you say hello to them in a friendly way, they were having a bad day before you got there. And a lot of realtors, a lot of salespeople, they take that stuff personally. But you knocking on that nice lady's door, she was obviously grumpy before you got there. And so if she's going to respond by being a bit of a grump, it's like, sorry to interrupt your day. Just see if you can be that positive smile that turns her frown upside down and makes the rest of her day go well. So, I know that's exactly what you did. But that's okay. Some people, they just don't like their door being knocked on. No problem. We were just trying to be a friendly neighbor. But what happens on the other side of the spectrum when you knock on somebody's door, Dream?
They are what's it called? The best scenario possible is they wanted to sell their home, and they haven't found a realtor yet, and I'm there in front of them, and they're like, "Oh, you know what, you're the only person to come talk to me. Yeah, you care enough to come, and yeah, you'll be my realtor." That's like the best scenario. What
Well, and I'll tell you, Hugh on the Vancouver team just listed a $1.2 million house from a really, really lovely lady whose home that, he knocked on the door about a month and a half ago. And she's out shopping for condos in the 1 to 1.2 range. So she's downsizing from a house to a condo. So, that does happen. It's fabulous when it does. And the interesting thing is people are just so appreciative because Dream, I know, and like selling a house is a big, scary, intimidating process. And sometimes when people are worried or intimidated or stressed out, what they do is they just avoid. And that's kind of that's just a natural human reaction. I'm saying that completely free of judgment. So for that person, if an awesome realtor shows up at their door, well, you're actually doing them a huge favor because they've been sitting there stressed out about what they're going to do. And you're just showing up, providing a great solution for them.
Yeah, that's right. And then and there's another one where it's also a good scenario but just a prolonged one is you find a person who is thinking not now, but maybe in the future, maybe for their retirement, and that may be 10 years, 20 years, or maybe even 5 years. And just by showing up and showing them that, hey, I have something that you might be interested in, maybe this information might help you in some way. And then they see that, hey, you're legit, you're in front of them, you're also their neighbor, and you'll be on the top of their mind when the time comes. And that is the goal for every door knocking campaign.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the perfect attitude to have because, here's the thing. We're not here trying to convince somebody who isn't going to sell their house to magically sell their house this year. We're more just saying like, hey, here's a friendly invitation to an open house. Here's some valuable information. And maybe one day when you're ready to sell, you'll consider, interviewing us and choosing me, Dream, as the realtor. So, you're not trying to convert people to magically sell their house out of nowhere. You're just getting on their radar, building a relationship, building a friendship with these people so that when the time comes, you have an opportunity to help them out. Now, Dream, one of the things that we touched on earlier in the conversation and that is really important to keep in mind is, always showing up with value. So the conversation isn't knocking on the door saying, knock, 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 hey, can I sell your house tomorrow? I would probably tell that person to scram too. So, what are some of the things of value that we offer people when we come knock on their door? We don't want to show up empty-handed. We want to be useful. We want to be valuable. We want to be helpful.
So it's either there's a house nearby their home that has been sold at a very awesome price,
Yeah.
or there's an open house nearby that we want to invite them to maybe see what their neighbor's house looks like, or maybe see how it's comparable to your house, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, anybody who owns a house is curious about that stuff. So, we're just in a very friendly and very personal. I think the word personal is an important one, because clicking around on the internet, clicking an online ad, going to a website, that's very impersonal. Having a smiling face and having a friendly person to chat to, that's very personal. And so it's a very personal way of doing real estate. And, I mean, at Mogul, that's one of the ways that we love to do real estate. And so that's, just to your credit, Dream, that's why you're such a great fit for the team, because you're a very personable person. And, people like that. And we like being that kind of person. So I think it's just great. Now, when you're knocking on doors, what do you find the best time of day to go is? What time are people home and generally in a good mood and ready to chat?
I think usually in the evenings on weekdays, maybe sometimes early afternoon. So maybe when I say early afternoon, I mean 3:30 to 4, and after that, that's usually when people come home from their day job. Now, on the weekends, I find people usually are not home during the day. I mean, now it's COVID, so I go all hours. So I did 10 a.m. before, and then I've done 2 p.m. and then I've also done 4 p.m. and they work. So, and James is gone and reconnected.
There we go. We had a little connection skip there, but no big deal.
Yeah.
Great chat about door knocking. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's one of those things where, I think a lot of newer age folk are saying, oh, you should be doing everything online. But the thing is, the people that own houses are human beings, and human beings like to have a personal connection with other people. And, if you're friendly, you're personable, you're outgoing, and you want to be helpful, that's the perfect time to go out there and get to know some of the people in your community. And, the results speak for themselves. We do end up listing a lot of houses from the neighbors because we're genuinely interested in getting to know them as people, and we're genuinely interested in helping out. So, Dream, keep up the great work. Keep knocking on those doors and keep sharing that winning smile with everybody, because I know every door you knock on, people are super thrilled to hear from you, and it's just fabulous to see it work. So, to everybody else, there's another edition of Tip Tuesday with one of our top young gun agents, Dream, rocking and rolling. And Dream, congrats on the couple of condition removals. Dream's already sold a couple of houses here within her first couple of months. So big wins there, and we look forward to things to come. So to all the realtors out there, maybe think about it. And to all of the homeowners out there, if a realtor does knock on your door, just remember, they're just there trying to brighten your day and add a little value. So if you're busy, let them know, but no need to be a stinker. We're just trying to be nice.
That's right.
Well, thanks, Dream. Have a great